Okay.
Go.
Okay, stuff I love in 30 seconds or less. This whole, when Jamie said, do you want to do this? I was like, oh, sure, I love talking. I'll do it. And she's like, okay, so you get these slides and they're 30 seconds each. And I was like, what? So I'm just going to tell you guys my story through the stuff that I love in 30 seconds or less. So this is going to be hobbies, snacks, all the things. So is it almost 30 seconds? No. Oh, art. So that's a thing that I love. That's me when I was about 6 or 7 in the brownies. Woo-woo, brownies. I had a brown owl who was super into crafts. That was my first masterpiece that I was ever framed. It is titled Big Bird, Tiny Tree. And so, yeah, I was the art kid growing up. And so it just made sense that I would eventually go off to art school. Stuff that I love, art school. Just kidding. No, I hated art school so much. I mean, I'm sure, I know if you listen to my podcast or you've heard me before, I had a terrible time at art school, and I had a critique right before I graduated where my painting professor said to me in front of everybody 5 weeks before I graduated, quote, "You should never paint again." Yeah. And I listened. So I went on and went to design school and ended up having that cute little baby who just turned 12. And they are stuff that I love. And so I took a break from graphic design and I stayed home to take care of Charlie. And that was sort of the moment when I realized that I wanted to be creative again. And it had been years that I had avoided art, like 15 years. So it was time. But I started finding lots of people to be jealous of. And so I started my blog, The Jealous Curator, in 2009 as a way to harness that. I was so sick of being jealous, and I wanted to turn it into something positive. And it worked. It worked really, really quickly. And I've done amazing things with Jealous Curator. I've been able to speak to lots of people. I've been able to write books. But the best part of all of it is finding a community, because I had felt alone for a very long time. And because of that, I found my tribe. And my tribe started out as just people online and people that said, me too, and I couldn't believe there were other people that had inner critics, or other people that got blocked, or other people that hated art school. I thought that I was the only one. A lot of people hated art school. So that made me feel a lot better. And then I joined Thrive because Jamie, Penny Lane's not the only bossy one. Jamie is also very bossy. And so I found my tribe there. Speaking of the tribe of Thrive, female artists. This is stuff that I love. This is my new book, A Big Important Art Book, now with women. That Bunny is in. Because there are no big important art books with women. And so I really, really, really wanted to write this book and celebrate contemporary artists, historical artists, and lift up the people who are coming in their footsteps. Cutting stuff. I could cut stuff all day long, and I have for hours and hours and hours. And I finally have embraced being a collage artist, because in art school it was pounded into your head that that was a craft and that it didn't count as art. And so for 23 years, totally dating myself, I believed that cutting stuff was just a silly craft and it didn't count as art. It's now on 5 walls around Vancouver, thank you very much. Funny stuff. I love funny stuff. That was the other thing I was told in art school, was that, I'm paraphrasing, but basically it was bad enough that I was a woman and I wouldn't be taken seriously, but if I did anything humor related, I would really not be taken seriously. So I removed any kind of humor from my art, which is a huge part of my personality, as you can all see. And so this was when I interviewed Wayne White on my podcast. Oh no, 30 seconds. And I asked him how he dealt with, doing funny work, and he just said, I say fuck it. And I said, oh, I can say fuck it. So I said fuck it and brought humor back. I added juicy paint because I had been told never to paint again. And I always joke that you can't spell painting without pain. But I finally started using paint again, and I am having a ridiculous amount of fun not only in the work that I'm doing on paper, but the work that I got to do during the Mural Festival. Liz. I love her so much. And I just realized the reason why I did the sketchbook project. You guys know that? The sketchbook project? They send you a sketchbook and you have a few months to do it. She looks just like my grandmother, who I miss dearly. And so I did this whole sketchbook called Making Sense of My Muse. And it was Liz and Blanche, hand in hand. So Liz is in all of my murals, except for one behind a liquor store. It's Prince Charles drinking out of a coconut. Binge watching. I love binge watching. So I'm just going to read you a list of things that you need to watch. Okay, so Big Little Lies, Westworld, Handmaid's Tale, Sharp Objects, The Staircase, The Jinx, Night of. Have you seen that? You have to watch that. Homeland. Also, side note, I love any kind of crime shows. And also Nanette with Hannah Gadsby. Oh my gosh. While you were binge watching Chips and Dip, let's talk about Chips and Dip for 30 seconds because that is how much I love it. So I like to go with a nice Old Dutch Ripple with dill pickle. Also really enjoy an au gratin with a bacon and onion dip. Sounds weird? It is delicious. Doritos with a cheesy dip, also very good. Bring this into all of your binge watching and you will be very, very happy people. Okay, money, getting paid. Who doesn't love that, right? That's stuff I love. This is a really bad combo. Artist, woman, and Canadian. Oy vey. Trying to ask for money is like, oh no, just you can have it. You can have it. You don't need to pay me. Yeah, you need to get paid. So go and listen to my podcast, Art for Your Ear. This is Ashley Longshore. She is hilarious. She is all about getting paid. Episode 135. Believe me, go and listen to it. It's fantastic. I love scary shit. That is why I'm at the Mural Festival. This was me at Oprah. Oprah.com, I went and shot 6 segments for them. I was terrified. I am wearing black there and now because I nervous sweat. So if you ever see me anywhere on Oprah, I spoke at Pixar, I always wear black because of the nervous scariness. But I also show up and I do it because otherwise you just don't get to push forward and you don't get 5 murals around Vancouver. Another thing I love, badass women. Let's just clap for the first 5 seconds. So this amazing woman, look at those pipes. That is Ola Volo. You all know Ola. Woo. She was in my first Thrive group, and she was my first taste of really knowing a mural artist. And before I met her, I never even thought that that was something I could do. And then all I wanted to do was that. So basically, when you jam all that stuff together, art and cutting stuff out and badass women and scary shit and Liz and my tribe and juicy paint, I didn't get any chips and dip while I was out there. But, Penny, but it basically all comes together to lead me to this crazy week that I just had of being out on street corners, pasting up Liz and using juicy colors and being terrified and then being super proud. Thank you.